Stairs actually wore it.
Happy nearly New Year, everybody, as we see in 2025. No, 6. You know what? I'm so mad at Forest. I can't even remember what year it is. But Happy New Year to... Have I got an echo? Right? Testing?
No.
No, we're good. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're here to talk about Everton 5, Forest 0, because that's technically what it's been over the last 2 things. I'm still fuming. I can't get over it. I've tried to calm down. I'm still fuming. We've separated Rob and Ant together. I guess all I saw in the watch along yesterday was, I guess Rob was right. Rob was right. Right about what?
Right about
what?
Even Rob's asking, right about what? Guys, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. No doubt it's going to be a lively debate as always. Check out the sponsors, Oki Jerseys. Get your shirts for £15 plus a further 8% off if you use code FFTV. Let's jump into the crap show, man. There probably will be swearing. I'm getting a weird noise.
Crypto's dog.
It's like a horse trotting.
Just stop now.
Stop now. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, big up to Dazzle with the 199 guys. Can't afford too many performances like that. I'm not gonna lie to you, I just feel so disconnected right now with this football. It's driving me crazy, man. 52 crosses up against Tarkowski and O'Brien, a combined height of 12.5 foot versus 5'10" of Igor Jesus. What was he doing? Like, I don't know who wants to kick us off, but I'm guessing not Ben because he's just gone hiding.
No, I'm going to let Rob kick us off.
Oh, let's start with Rob because apparently Rob is right on everything.
Yeah.
Go on then, Rob, and thanks again, Dazza, for the super chat, bro. Love you.
And thanks, Rob, for turning up.
Yeah, it's nice you to show up.
My pleasure. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone in Australia, even in New Zealand as well. Happy New Zealand. Right, so I went down last night. I don't know why, because it's like one of these things where, like, Fulham away, Bournemouth away, Everton at home. You go in with the hope that maybe it'll be different this time, and it just wasn't. It was the same result we always get against Everton, and it was soul destroying. I am sure that everyone wants to just jump on the manager for that. I tend to think that it's our playing staff and our lack of options that is the core problem here. I personally, I'm going to put my cards on the table straight away. I do not think that a 4th manager is going to suddenly come along and wave a magic wand and deal with the problems that we've got, because they are problems of playing staff, they're problems of infrastructure, the problems of expectation. So I'm not giving Dyche a free pass for last night. In my view, he did 3 things wrong. The first one is selection of John Victor in goal. I just don't know what you guys see in him. If Sells is available, he should be playing. Matt Sells is a player that can win you games. John Victor is a player that can lose you games. He's certainly not someone that can win you games. He's made 1 save so far this season. And that was a game that he still let 2 goals in. Not impressed. Secondly, Douglas should have been on from the start. A midfield of Anderson and Dominguez just has no goal scoring and no creativity in it. We really miss Sangare. Can't believe I was ever going to say that, but the last 3 games, the last 3 defeats have coincided with him going to AFCON, and we've been poor. We've scored 1 goal in those 3 games. The obvious and third mistake was bringing on Taiwo, even having him on the bench. in terms of the game itself, I'll just go quickly through it. It felt like Everton had about 3 more players than us in attack and defence. So when we went forward, it seemed like 2 of our guys against 5 of theirs. And then when they counterattacked, it seemed like 5 of their guys against 4 of ours. Just everywhere on the pitch, they seemed to have more players. I think that we got sucked into the idea that we were somehow the favourite to win that game and that we had to go out and attack them. And they did exactly what I expect and exactly what they did against Nuno, which is that they defended really well. Then they just picked us off. They really punished us with clinical goals on the break. I don't know why we never signed Jimmy Garner. What a mistake that was.
Yeah.
When we got promoted, he was a key player for us, but we seem to think that, oh, yeah, well, we've moved on from the Championship now. We don't need these people. Are we going to get Remo Freuler instead? What a dreadful decision. He is exactly the player we need right now. And respect to him, by the way, for not celebrating when he scored. He was outstanding last night.
He doesn't score.
He should have celebrated. I would have celebrated. He should have celebrated.
I don't think so. I think he showed a bit of class. Great player. I'm really disappointed we missed out.
And he can take set pieces, by the way. Remember his set pieces?
Yeah. Oh, I remember he scored a cracker against Reading once.
Huh?
So, look, the game itself, I know you're calling it Dyche ball. For me, it felt like Ange ball. It just felt like we had 70% possession with no end product. And the build-up was incredibly slow. We just kept it passing it sideways to the wingers, pinging in crosses. And we're trying to pick out Igor Jesus in the middle of like 4 massive defenders. And there's not even anybody there for the knockdowns or the loose balls. Just aiming for him. And it just didn't produce anything. And I don't know. When Everton got the ball, they immediately counterattacked with purpose. We seemed to lose our shape. Several players that we really rely on had poor games. I think Murillo had a poor game. I think Anderson, another uninspiring game of miss-hit, overhit passes, staying on the ball too long. Gibbs-White staying on the ball too long. None of these players can shoot.
Hudson-Odoi.
Right? Now, but the thing is, how many of them were signed by Sean Dyche? You know, I mean, did Sean Dyche injure Chris Wood? So that my point is that he's dealing the cards he's been dealt. And, you know, thank God we're not in a relegation fight, eh? Because then it really would be a serious problem. You know, if we have had now, 19 games of the season, we're on 18 points. Double that, that's 36. Right, that's what we got minus the 2, of course, when we stayed up by the skin of our teeth under Nuno. So, you know, if the second half of the season is like anything like the first half of the season, we're in a relegation fight. So maybe that's what people are saying Rob was right.
Wait, are you saying we are or we're not? I can't tell if that's sarcasm. Right.
We are, right? If you look at the table and you are in the relegation zone, or you are the 16th or 17th place team, you are in a relegation fight.
What if that happened after one game? You're in bottom of the table.
Oh, no, we're doing absurd. Like, no, obviously
we're not.
Not in week one. Not in week one, but with half the season gone.
19, half the season to go. There's half a season to go.
What about week 2?
Look, we need to get real, okay? We have had 23 seasons outside of the Premier League, during which there was no investment in the infrastructure of this club. Okay, now we're up against people. Look at Everton; they've just moved into a massive. They've just moved into a massive stadium. You know, they are rock solid Premier League material. They've had struggles, but we had about 6 months where everything went right for us, and 90% of those goals came from either Chris Wood or Anthony Elanga, or some combination of the two. Now we haven't got them, and we're back to where we were for the first 2 seasons under Cooper, which is struggling to stay up. And we just need to see this season out and be above that dotted line. And unfortunately, saying that, if we only had such and such a manager, or we only picked such and such a player, there is no magic wand. We have to get behind the players and the manager that we've got, unfortunately, and get ourselves out of this mess. Because if we all turn in on ourselves now, we're just going to make it. We're going to crack under pressure, and West Ham are going to get their little heads above us, and everyone's going to be laughing because we sank Nuno.
So
there you go. I was a bit shotgun there, but that's everything that I was thinking last night.
Yeah. Well, you failed to highlight the fact that they had pretty much a B team out against us. Talking about how great they were. They didn't need to be very good. We played straight into their hands. The game plan was spot on for them. And you're going on about, they're a good team. They've got David Moyes as their manager, mate. He's no great shakes, but what they have got is a team spirit. And what Dyche said when he was coming in, I'm going to get everything right. We're going to harmonize the club. And I'm not going to get too upset about it. I said I'm going to be passive about this because, to be honest, I kind of expected this. I said, watch your performances against the likes of Liverpool, Spurs, and Man City, and look at the performances against the likes of Fulham and Everton. And it's exactly the same. Players can switch it on for one game and then they can't switch it on for the next game. I can't ever explain that. I can't ever understand that. So the players aren't performing. The manager isn't getting. He's tactically inept. He might be a good manager behind the scenes, but he's tactically inept. To keep doing the same thing over and over again. How many crosses was it, Wolfie? Over 50, wasn't it?
52.
52 crosses. And we did it in the reverse fixture as well. And I said, I do not want to see that. We should be playing through them. They're not very skillful on the ball. They haven't got tactical defenders. They've got defenders who
cross it low. Cross it low, bro. Why are they going for the height?
Do something different. But if you are going to keep crossing the ball, don't do it to one man in the box. There was no overload. There was no game plan. We didn't know what we were doing. It's like we go onto the pitch and they haven't got a clue. So I'm not going to get too upset about it. What I'm expecting from this season is it's going to be a rubbish season in the league. We're going to survive. We're going to survive comfortably, in my opinion. I think we're going to be 7 or 8 points clear of a relegation zone by the time it comes to it. But what I'm not going to do is get too upset when things go this way, because what this has done for a lot of people, I can see how depressed people are. I go into the office today and I see how down people are, and I'm not going to let it get to me that way. I'm also not going to be spending my money on the club when it's going like this. I'm sorry, that's how I'm going to protest against it. But as far as I'm concerned, the manager's rubbish. I'm sorry. He'll do enough to keep us up, but he's a shit manager. He's not a forward-thinking manager. He's got the best squad he's ever had, and I'm not seeing any difference in his style of play. He hasn't got a style of play. What is Forest's identity on the pitch? At least under Nuno, we knew we were a counter-attacking team. What has our identity been all this season? Yeah, we're onto a third manager, but what has this third manager brought in? I can't see any identity in our play. Same things over and over again, expecting it to get a different result. But like I said, I'm not that bothered. And not that I'm not bothered, sorry, that's the wrong terminology. I'm just not going to let it affect my mood, because if it carries on like this is going to be one of the worst depressing seasons since that first season back in the Premier League. But I do think we will survive, and I think we'll survive quite comfortably by the end of it. I look at Spurs last season. They finished 17th. They comfortably finished 17th. That's what we're going to do this season.
Because the three that came up were crap, bro. Only one of the three that came up are in the bottom three.
Yeah, but West Ham are awful and Wolves are awful. West Ham are not going to overtake us.
We're awful.
Yeah, we are awful, but we're a little bit better than them.
Do you have confidence?
We'll get one win every now and again. We will do that.
Okay, but do you think we go to West Ham and beat them next week?
Yeah, I actually think we do.
You think Nuno isn't going to be so motivated?
No, I think they're that bad at the moment. I think we're that bad at the moment. It'll be an awful game. It'll be.
We've only scored more goals than Wolves in the league.
No, I know. We're awful. There's nothing really positive. But all I can say, that's going to be the type of game, a bit like the Wolves game. It's going to be rubbish. No quality on the pitch, and it's going to be either a penalty or an own goal or something that does it. But am I going to get too hyped up when we do well or too upset when we do? No, I'm not going to, because it's going to be one of those seasons. I've settled in and understood that. I'm just not going to let it affect me. But
I'm the complete opposite.
I know.
You know why? Can I just say why? Right? Because 3 weeks ago he faced the same team that he managed, and he just made the same mistakes.
Yeah.
In fact, it was slightly different. We played long ball into the centre backs then. Yesterday, we played crossball into the centre backs. This guy is an idiot. I'm sorry, there's no other word that can describe him other than an idiot. You see Tarkowski and O'Brien. In fact, last time it was Keane, who's shorter than O'Brien. So they added more height into their centre backs. And this dumbass still tells them to cross it in 52 times. I'm sorry, that's just stupidity. He takes us down. I'm in Camp Rob now.
You think we're going down?
Well,
Yeah.
look, how do we win that game last night then, Wolfie? You tell us how. You
Go
know,
through the middle.
Change the manager.
Go through the middle.
Bring
right,
Ange
okay,
back.
so Nuno lost to
Nuno
Everton.
wins that game. Nuno wins that game.
Bullshit. I was
You
there.
think Nuno
We
crosses
lost
the ball in
1-0
52
the
times in
final
that
minute.
game?
Right, we lost 1-0 in the final minute when Nuno was manager. The only manager to not lose at home to Everton is my guy, Steve Cooper, who you don't rate, and 2 goals by Brennan Johnson, who you also don't rate.
Who was the manager in the other dugout when Cooper beat him? Who was the manager in the dugout?
Oh, God. Oh, right. So you're making this really personal about Dyche.
Fully personal, man. I'm like Saeed now. I'm ready for him in the car park.
And the one time that we've beaten them in eight attempts, it's exactly what I said. It was Elanga and Chris Wood that day, wasn't it? Where are they now? That's the problem. Not the ginger manager. That's the problem.
Come on, Rob.
Our goal scoring ability. Okay? Plain and simple. And that's why, in my opinion, I don't think we beat West Ham. Because who's going to score? Maybe an Areola own goal or something.
Do you think Everton have good firepower?
OG will score.
Well, Tierno Barry seems to do well.
Yeah, so do you think Everton have good firepower?
Yeah, I'm sorry to say
Everton drew 0-0 with Burnley.
Tierno Barry dominated Milenkovic in both fixtures. I hate to say it because Milenkovic is my favourite player, but he dominated him. I'm sorry to say this crap striker that can't score dominated one of the best defenders in the world. That's not on Dyche.
In the world.
Yeah. I think Milenkovic is one of the best defenders in the world. He's Serbian Player of the Year. He's their captain. It's probably worth like 50 to 100 million.
I think
my brother was Libyan Player of the Year. That makes him one of the best defenders in the world.
I think you've been a bit disingenuous because me and you, Rob, we've sat here and we've praised Mr. Sean Dyche on quite a few goals. It was only 2 weeks ago that if he'd beat Man City, he would have been the most successful Forest manager to ever have a start at the club. But as someone who likes Sean Dyche, last night was an absolute tactical shit show. It was the blame was solely on Sean Dyche. He's telling his players, not just for 45 minutes, but for 90 minutes, to run down that wing and put 52 crosses into a box where both centre-backs are 6'7". And all they did time and time and time again was head it out. And the definition of madness is doing the same thing time and time and time again and expecting a different outcome. So I can only presume that Sean Dyche has been on the sauce over Christmas and he's lost his marbles because last night was just tactically inept, as Ez said. And what we should have done is go through the middle. But we can't go through the middle because he's insistent on bringing Taiwo on as a sub. He won't play our striker who wants to run through the middle. He refuses to play Cali Muendo. Cali Muendo is sat on the bench every week and seeing Taiwo come on and in front of him. Taiwo hasn't scored in 44 games, or he scored 1 in 44 games, something like that. He's basically scored once in 18 months. Cali Muendo is the type of player who will work with the players like MGW, Anderson, Dominguez, Douglas Luiz to go through that middle section. And
honestly, how many Premier League goals has Cali Muendo scored?
Well, he hasn't, but he doesn't get the chance.
The grass is always greener.
You're missing the point. You're missing the point. Taiwo is too similar to Jesus. He's the type of player who wants to hold the ball up. He's got his back to goal. First of all, he can't kick the ball. He completely missed it last night. Secondly, when that cross came in, he should have scored, but he was a yard in front of the ball. Cali Muendo is the type of player who will run through the middle, which is exactly what we needed to do to Everton last night. We saw little hints of it when Douglas Luiz came on. But Sean Dyche insisted that for 90 minutes, we go down the wing and we cross the ball into absolutely no one. And also, I'm completely fed up of these stupid corners we keep taking, where it gets short to Hutchinson, and he either gets tackled or he puts a crap cross in when they could have just taken a decent corner. But last night is got to be on Sean Dyche, and I agree with you on John Victor. I don't know how people think John Victor should start ahead of Sells. Sells is a world-class goalkeeper. Sells has got to start, but that wouldn't have made a difference last night. We would have still lost. Sean Dyche
saves those shots.
As much as I like to praise Sean Dyche, it was just wrong. And the most annoying thing was that he didn't change it. They came out after half-time. They did exactly the same thing. Down the wing. For the first 45 minutes, it was only down the right-hand side. I mean, Zinchenko and Callum Hudson-Odoi basically did nothing in the first 45 minutes.
Agree.
It was shocking tactics. And against all of the teams that you expect him to be good against, Everton, he knows them. He knows the team. He knows the players. And he's done that against them.
Yeah, but they know him. They know him, though, Crypto. They know him.
They don't do the tactics, do they?
I'm sorry, but last night was genuinely, I think he was drunk because it was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous.
He was stone cold sober.
Nobody would play like that in the first 45 minutes and say, all right, lads, go out and do the same thing. I mean, come on. It's an absolute joke.
That is such a good point. How does he let it go into halftime? Because we were talking about halftime, saying how many times. I think Mark, shout out to Mark, did the stats. At halftime, would put in 22 crosses. Mark, correct me if I was wrong on it. It's about that. So he's gone and done 30 in the second half. How at halftime has he not told them, stop down while crossing it with height? If you're going to cross it, cross the low balls in or play through the middle. Wingers come inside. 1-2, bounce it off and bring it in. No, we went and doubled down on the stupid crosses. You go and double down on the crosses against the players he's managed before.
About the quality of the crosses, because I thought two players in particular, which was Zinchenko and Anderson, their crosses were crap. They were really low. Anderson's crosses don't beat the first man. In fact, our corners don't beat the first man.
Many of them do.
Yeah. I mean, I thought Hutchinson put some decent crosses in. But, it was actually the quality of the crosses is crap. And the problem again as well is you've only got one guy there in the middle of four. So what happened is even if there's like a knockdown or something, they'll just clear it. They'll just clear it.
Will. But we could see that. So why couldn't the manager see that? We could see that.
We weren't getting numbers forward. It was walking football, right? Maybe it's because we've got 4 Brazilian internationals in the team, but it was walking football. I lost count of the number of times in the first half where we would turn the ball over and I was shouting, move, get forward. And they were walking forward and they allowed Everton the time to run their entire team back into 2 banks of 4 with 2 in front.
Yeah.
Then the problem is then you're saying, oh, why aren't we playing it through the middle? Because we haven't got the numbers there. They're in a low block and they're waiting to turn the ball over and hit us on the break. So that's why they were going around the wings, because it's safer. But the trouble is, you're crossing it in. You've only got Jesus there, if he's there. And like I say, there's nobody there picking up scraps. You need either a second striker or you need Gibbs White and somebody else pushing into those, finding gaps or picking up
holding
scraps.
the D on the edge of the box.
Yes.
Hold the D, pick up the scraps. You're
right.
Let's wind it back a little bit. He's made a change at halftime. Yeah, he's brought Douglas Luiz on. For the second game in a row, I think. Did he play the last game? He's played him out of position. Why is he the deepest of the two? Again, Rob mentioned about Anderson's poor passing yesterday. Why was he the one in the number 8 position? Why wasn't that switched around? So if you're going to make that change at halftime, make it a positive change.
I agree.
Douglas Luiz, let me just finish, because you've been talking for about 10 minutes.
I agree with what you're saying.
Let me just finish. Right? So Douglas Luiz did his best Ryan Yates impression last night. It's fucking awful. Most of his passes were sideways. He wasn't progressive. His corners were awful. It went out of play before they swung in. So all these players, none of them have improved under Dyche. Not a single player has improved under Dyche. So what is this man? And you know what? One thing does really piss me off, because I've been sat at home watching these things. Yeah, every time they cut to the bench, Oh, the three wise men. Oh, look at Wone and Stone. Oh, I don't give a flat. Honestly, they're making me not want like those two either. Because if it's the same narrative every single time they cut to the bench. Oh, isn't it nice to see them back on the bench? And when was the last time we beat Everton? When Wone and Stone scored back in '95. That's how long. So they're a bogey team. Let's not.
We beat them last season, bro.
They're a bogey team. Like Bournemouth, they're our bogey team.
We beat them last season, bro.
They're still our bogey team, mate.
They're not. I don't agree with the bogey team thing. It's just because they're crap, so we're crap.
No, you know what? You make a good point with this.
How crap we are and how crap they are, they're always better than us.
They're not.
Yeah, but the thing is, you make a point on this whole the three wise men thing, bro. The amount of mother meetings those three have on the sideline is ridiculous. And then you're like, okay, they've discussed something for 10 minutes. Are we seeing a sub? No. Are we seeing a tactical change? No. In any time in that mother meeting, did any of them turn around and say, why the fuck are we crossing the ball 52 times? Like, what are they doing, man?
Exactly.
Every time we cut to Dyche, she's either looking at his watch or he's putting his hands out like that.
And who's Stone talking to on his stupid earpiece, man?
Yeah.
He doesn't know what to do. He's probably talking to Edu, like, get me some new players, bro.
I'm kind of fed up.
I need to bring up my conspiracy theory from last week because I saw a few people that disagreed with me in the chat, but I don't give a fuck, so I'm going to bring it up again. Why do our players, when they get put in front of a manager like Pep or Arteta, do they step up their performance? Why do our best players play well against the big teams, and when they play against David Moyes' Everton, they seemingly don't give a shit? Because I genuinely
egotistical pricks.
I genuinely started to believe that they think, oh, if I put a good performance in front of Pep, maybe I could be at Man City next season. Because don't forget, none of these players are Forest fans apart from Ryan Yates. They're there to progress their footballing career. So if it's down to mentality, they're going to want to show their skills more in front of the big teams than they are, even if it's an extra 1%, even if it gets to 110%, like Ant would say. They're going to do that more so for the big
teams. This is why you have a squad of his size, because you should have competition.
Yeah, he doesn't use his squad. He made 2 subs. He didn't bring on Cali Mwenda. If I was Cali Mwenda, I'd get off that bench and I'd deck Sean Dyche in the face.
Serious question, Ben.
How can you imagine Taiwo coming on in front of you, Ed? You'd be pissed off.
A serious question. Do you think he's not picking Cali Mwenda because he thinks Taiwo's better than him, or is there something going on behind the scenes?
He's been told he's going. He's been told he's going, man. He's off to like Frankfurt.
Why is he on the bench then?
Why put him on the bench?
Exactly. You know what? Banish him from the squad if you're not going to play him. But it's what he said in the post-match, man. I wanted to chuck my TV out the window.
I've not watched it.
I haven't watched it.
Bro, he said to him, Colin actually asked some probing questions for once. He didn't softball him. And he was like, why did you basically, I'm paraphrasing, because why did you bring Taiwo on and not Callum Mwenda?
What did he say?
What's going on there? And he said, well, we get to see, stuff you guys don't see. And we get the data. And it's like, what? What data have you got on Taiwo? What does Taiwo do in training? That's so amazing. I've got the data, by the way. Taiwo scored 1 goal in 2025 in the Premier League. Let's not forget, that was the tap-in that Ward Prowse, remember him, just out of sympathy squared it across to him against Wolves, okay? And he nearly shanked that up with his shin. He started crying after that goal. That's how bad he is at scoring. He knows he wouldn't see one for ages. The games
he had just come back from a major injury as well.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't, bro.
Yes, it was.
Anyway, since then, he's played 18 Premier League games. He's had 357 minutes. He's taken 16 shots. 16 shots in that time. 8 of them on target. And he scored 0 goals. 0 goals in nearly a calendar year. Callum Mwenda has scored more this season than Taiwo has with less minutes. Exactly. Callum Mwenda hasn't even been good, but you know what? I trust him to control a ball better than Taiwo does.
Yeah.
So what is going on then?
Yeah, but the thing is, they're
protecting the asset because they want to shove him out on loan.
Then why put him on the bench?
I don't know.
Even if Taiwo was good, even if Taiwo was on par with Cali Mwenda, you still wouldn't bring Taiwo on because he's the same player as Jesus. He doesn't offer anything different.
Yes.
To Jesus.
I don't get the argument either about protecting. I don't get that argument about protecting your asset. I mean, Bournemouth are going to sell Semenyo. He played last night.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, were you protecting your asset?
Then why is
I
he on
don't
the
know,
bench?
bro.
I
Okay,
think
if they're
that's
not
falling
protecting
out.
the asset, the other side to it is Dyche is an idiot because he's just gone like for exactly what Ben just said. He's gone like for like, but downgraded the like for like from Igor Jesus, who is a back to ball player, who is physical, to Taiwo, who is physical but useless. What did Dyche expect to happen by bringing Taiwo on? Did he suddenly think Taiwo's going to hit form in that space of 5 minutes, not even having a run in the team or anything like that? That was one of the dumbest subs. You know what? I'd rather he didn't make a sub till the 84th minute. If Taiwo was his answer to substitutions, don't make the subs.
Yeah.
Well, you would have thought he would have managed their minutes better in the Man City game, considering, you know, you're playing 3 games in a week. I was surprised he gave some players as many minutes as he did against Man City, especially when actually we were in a stalemate at the time, and a positive change could have actually swung it in our favor. But he didn't do it. You know, he gave them more minutes than they needed, and then you end up seeing the kind of performance you saw last night. I'm sorry, but these players can't play 2 games in a row, 2 games in a week, let alone, you know, 3 games
Can't play one game.
8 days, you know. But there was no, I've got no rhyme or reason why players can turn it on for one game and switch it off for the next.
I can.
That's what I can't explain.
I
Go
think
Oh,
that,
crap. Laurie,
way-
have I got time for finalysis? Sorry, carry on, boys.
So the way things seem to work in the Premier League is that for every game, there's a favourite and an underdog, right? Now, we are only good at being the underdog. We excelled at it under Nuno. We were the best underdog around. But unfortunately, this season, we've been sucked into some games thinking that we are the favourite to win for God knows why. But we were the favourite. Even Chris Sutton predicted that we were going to beat Everton 1-0 last night. And Moyes just loved that. He thought, great. The problem is people have looked at the fixture list, they've listened to people like me, and they've thought, oh my God, we need 3 points from this game because look who's coming up. And that's the problem. So we went into that game, we had 70% possession, it was useless, and we got hit twice on the break. But the trouble is, if Dyche goes into that game with a low block and keeps Everton at bay, you're then saying, oh, that's the most boring football I've ever seen. 1 shot on target, whatever. We had, 21 shots, 6 on target. The problem is the players can't finish a dinner. But the reason that
wait. Which of those shots was a reasonable chance?
No, they were all good chances. What about the one that Taiwo scuffed? What about the one that Igor Jesus couldn't control and went and knocked behind him, managed to turn around and then poked it past the post? What about What about Hudson-Odoi from 3 yards out on the left-hand side? It's just come down and he's just shanked it off the pitch, right? We actually had, I know nobody pays any attention, we actually had an XG of 1.9 last night, which means if you get average Premier League players in those positions and they shoot that many times, you should be getting 2 goals, right? Now, our XG against Tottenham was 1.91. So in terms of chance creation, I looked at it. I've looked at all of our XG for the last few games. The problem was against Fulham and against Everton away, we didn't create shit. We had like an XG of 0.2. The problem was last night, we cannot finish chances. And that is because last season, when we were successful, it was all Chris Wood and Ilanga. They're not here anymore. And we haven't found a replacement. So we have to make do with the playing staff that we've got, but we're going to have to try something different. Maybe we need to have a 4-3-3 with Igor Jesus as a false 9 or something like that. But the 4-2-3-1 does not suit the players that we've got. We can't win the games that we're expected to win. We are not a good favourite. We're a decent underdog, and that's why we've managed to beat Liverpool and Tottenham this season. We're a great underdog, but we are a crap favourite. That is our problem. The games that we're expected to win, we don't, because we huff and puff and we can't put our chances away.
Okay, with that XG in mind, why weren't you saying this when Andrew was in charge? The XG was higher under Andrew.
It certainly wasn't.
Yes, it was. Forest created 72 chances under Ange. and scored one of them or none of them.
I think you're looking into the stats too much. You got to use the eye test, Rob. And you were there at the match, so you should have been able to see that it wasn't working in the first half with the wing play. Because you can create chances, but if you're not in a position to ever realistically score them,
I feel the build-up was too slow. I feel like they were playing walking football. When we turned the ball over and we walked forward while Everton ran back. And did you notice that both wingers, Hudson-Odoi and Hutchinson, every single time they had two men in front of them? They were doubling up on them every time, and it just meant that we kept recycling it, and then we would maybe knock it sideways, and someone like Zinchenko or Anderson would hit an under-hit cross, which would then be played straight out of the box, and we're scampering back. And a couple of times they've caught us out with it.
Yeah, but that's where the manager needs to come in and change.
I agree. I'm not saying it's perfect.
He needs the manager needs to take some responsibility and say, look, lads, this isn't working at half time. This is what the defense are doing to you. They're doubling up on the wings. The ball's going into the box are not right. They're both defenders are 6'7". We need to change tactics. Whether that means changing the way they play, whether that means bringing on some subs to offer something different, whatever it may be. But he didn't do any of that.
But who though?
He didn't do any of that.
On the bench.
Backward. You know what? Backward looked good when he came on. He looked good when he came on.
Backward looked good.
He got 15 minutes this time.
I would like to see him and Hutchinson start. And maybe, like I say, Igor Jesus maybe as a false nine, because he's not working as a lone striker.
Well, we've said before, or Igor Jesus as a 10 and Kalimundo up front, but he's never going to do it. I would have started Douglas Luiz instead of Dominguez. I thought Dominguez was lost last night. I didn't really see much of him at all. I don't think he had much of an impact. But there's things, the whole point of the manager and the whole point of being able to make 5 subs is that so you can change the game. You can react to the game. He doesn't react, or he didn't last night. He didn't react.
That bench is a game changer. Let's say backward, but apart from that, there was Douglas Luiz, who he did bring on.
And used him wrong. As Ez said, he put him in the 6.
I agree. Yeah. Luiz should be further forward. He should not be playing quarterback.
Anderson should have done it. When did it work best? When Anderson and Sangare did it against Spurs. Anderson held deep and Sangare was released.
As I said earlier, when Ez told me to shut up, Anderson plays 6 for England.
Yes.
But not for us. Why? I do not know.
And he looks better.
Douglas Luiz can shoot, and he's tricky, and he's good with he can do tricks and flicks. Morgan Gibbs White should learn tricks and flicks from Douglas Luiz. I want to see Douglas Luiz going into the opposition box to push up and support Igor Jesus. I don't want to see him standing in between Milenkovic and one of the fullbacks.
But But Rob, who's to blame for that? That's the manager.
Yes,
that's the manager's tactic.
I have criticised.
You're saying there's no blame on Dyche. You're trying to totally absolve
that's
him.
Wrong. That is a straw man. We agreed not to do this beforehand. I've picked out 3 things that Dyche did wrong.
Okay, but you're still not blaming him for it. You can
hang on a sec. We should just let everybody know watching that we've been arguing all day about this. Rob was trying to troll us and wind us up for like 3 hours before we came.
Just before the arguments continue, let me catch up with the super chats. Right. The lovely Jess is back with the £10.
Yeah.
She says, we are doomed. Anyway, Happy New Year. Big up to you, Jess. Happy New Year to you, and Happy New Year to the chat as well. Yes, we are sad enough on New Year's Eve to be sitting here talking about Forest. I don't know if that's more depressing than the actual game yesterday. But
tell the truth, you cancelled your plans.
I cancelled my plans. I was so angry. I was meant to go see my sister up in Manchester, man. But, yeah. So, chat, just for that, make sure you've hit the like button and do subscribe if you're new. Big up to Darren with the 199. He goes, West Ham is a must win. I'll tell you what now. We're about to go into the season of ex-players scoring against us, Darren. Right. So here's my epiphany for you guys. Yesterday, Garner scored. Villa, Cash will score if he's back. And against West Ham, they would have signed Oil Me Up Traore by then, and he will score. So you
he's
heard
not
it
an
here.
ex-player, is he? Well, so that stat falls up.
Technically. All right, fine. Who they got that's next player? Probably Ward Prowse will come on, like he rolled out or something like that. Thank you, Darren. And Darren's coming again with another 4.99. He goes, Forest syndrome, always play better against better teams. I'd say it's ego from these idiot players, man. They're all just winding me up right now. Get the likes up, guys. There's over 500 already in here. We are on 97 likes. Man, that's nearly as bad as the amount of crosses Forest put in yesterday. So let's get that over 100.
Our XG last night, bro. Come on.
Yeah, it's crazy. So
538 of you in here.
Can we start talking about Zinchenko? Because look, I just want to talk about this second goal. Murillo got. I didn't see it in live. Right?
Yeah, I was surprised.
He got done, man. I would have absolutely ripped him one in the play. I didn't see it till I saw it again.
Yeah,
Garner absolutely ripped him a new one, man.
Yeah.
Go back to the start. 4 players made mistakes, 3 of whom you like and 1 of whom you hate, right? Mistake number 1, Douglas Luiz lost the ball on the edge of their box. Number 2, Garner absolutely humiliates Murillo. Number 3, Milenkovic wanders off to mark some space, leaving Barry his responsibility.
No, that was Zinchenko.
5'2" Zinchenko, who, yes, let him get away.
He's not 5'2".
And then, sorry, mistake number 5, the shit goalkeeper didn't save a shot, right?
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
So 5 players fucked
Half
up
the team.
to create that goal, and you want to talk about Zinchenko.
I do, because I hate him.
Is he going back? Is he going back in January?
Agenda.
Is he going back?
Right, so
No.
why is he going to bust a gut for us now if you're sat there saying you hate him?
I hate him. I can hate him if I want.
Yeah, I don't like him either.
Yeah, but that's for non-football reasons.
No, yeah,
And you know what? Football reasons, bro. He's so slow. Ben's quicker than him.
His free kick was the only half-decent thing he's ever done.
Oh wow, he hit one on target.
But it was a good free kick.
That was quite a good free kick, though.
It was all right.
We're getting what's his face coming in Cubano, man.
He's
Play him
back
instead.
with Cubano.
Please, man. Drink some extra Ribenas. Get back on the pitch. I miss you so much.
I'll tell you what, I did like Nico. Sorry, I did like Nico on the right. I thought some of his, we'll go back to crosses. On another day, he probably would have got a goal. But some of the best 2 crosses that came in from Nico.
Yeah, but that's always the case, Ayers.
I do think that him and Hudson are a good partnership.
They linked up nicely.
Yeah.
We could have played Jack Cunha on the right and kept Williams on the left. Jack Cunha doesn't even make the bench, does he?
Well, what
it is his fault, Ant. Shut up, Ant. You're not welcome.
What annoys me is that Williams and Hudson-Odoi had all last season together, but they just don't seem to be a productive partnership.
Hudson-Odoi is driving me crazy, boys.
No,
we just lose so much momentum on that side with him that I think the players are even feeling it because most of our shit was coming down the right-hand side yesterday.
Yeah, but if he's got no competition, Wolfie, up until now, you say, okay, now, how long's Backward been out for? So he's had no competition for ages. And Ndoye ain't competition. It was either him or Ndoye.
Oh my God, I forgot about him, man.
Look how bad he is, you know.
Oh,
he's
bro,
injured
you're just
himself.
trying to depress me now, aren't
Yeah,
you?
He's had no competition. Don't forget, against Spurs, as you know, as easy as that was, he was the match winner. So he's not been.
That's a bit unfair on Ndoye, though.
He's like the rest of them. He turns up for the big games.
Yeah, but Ndoye's only shit under Dyche. For Switzerland, he's their best player.
Oh, shut up.
What does that say? That's true.
Yeah, but Switzerland is shit. Where's Switzerland going to be in the World Cup, mate?
They're better than Forest. If Switzerland played Forest tomorrow, we'd get slapped 5-0.
Ndoye would probably score.
He'd score a hat-trick against fucking John Victor. Fucking, I'd rather put Robin goal than John Victor, man.
Well, I think we all agree that Sells needs to come back into goal. I said play him until he makes a mistake. Yeah, I didn't think he was good enough yesterday. I think
Wolfie's got his agenda.
I agree with Wolfie. I think Sells would have saved them both.
Wait. I did not pick John Victor for this game. I put Sells back in the team. I put Sells, but go look at the video. Okay. My point with John Victor, he's a very competent keeper. He's a very competent keeper. Sells is still number 1. I've never said Sells is not number 1 choice. But let's not glaze Sells like he's had a good season. Cells
Can you
have been
give
crap.
yourself a flip-flop for that one?
And
please?
yeah,
Give yourself
flip-flop. I mean,
a-
this is ridiculous.
Switzerland.
I have
It's
not
beyond-
flip-flopped on
Canada and
Victor.
Qatar, by the
It's
way.
beyond ridiculous. The flip-flopping is just.
All right, what I said that's flip-flop.
You
Switzerland.
literally would get down on your knees for John Victor. That's how much.
Tell me when I said John Victor's the number one.
I'll go back after the stream and clip it.
All right, you do that, man. Make sure you've liked it if you haven't. Just a quick word to the Everton fans in the chat, right? No one is saying you're crap. We are saying that was your crap team, as in your B team. Your B team that you guys, before the match, pretend we didn't have your ex-manager in charge. You'd have been quite happy with the point. Your team, and I've said this many times, reminds me so much of our team last season when we weren't shit. And I've actually predicted you to finish. Go back to my prediction video, I think 7th. And I think you will. Okay?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
So I don't know why this whole hostility. I've never actually gone for the Everton fans. And shout out to Mike, man. I was crying on his shoulder late last night. Like depressed, asking him how did he survive Dyche for as long as he did. But anyway, let's talk about.
Criticised our team. You remember that podcast where they said after we beat them?
Oh, that's Toffee TV.
Players,
that's not Mike. That's not Mike.
Yeah, okay, no, but they said that none of our players would get in their team. Actually, I'm just looking at last night.
That's probably true.
Probably 3 of our players would be better than the equivalents in the Everton team. I would say Hutchinson, Williams, and Anderson for me versus their opposite numbers.
Okay,
like
if they had a full fit team, I'd take Njai over Hutchinson.
And I'm taking Garner over Anderson.
Right, okay, so they're better than us then. They're better than us.
I'm also taking Moyes over Dyche.
Right, so their playing staff are better than us, but it's all Dyche's fault.
It's all Dyche's fault.
It is all Dyche's fault.
Ant was allowed to say it was all Ange's fault. I'm allowed to say it's all Dyche's fault.
Okay? It's all Dyche's fault.
I'm sorry, but no, okay, I'll retract that. These players are crybabies as well, so it's the players' fault as well.
Oh,
I mean, the thing is with Ant though is that if we'd won last night, he would have said it's all the players who won and not Dyche.
Yeah.
But
by the way, there's a poll in the chat.
If he said that about Arsenal, if he said, the Arsenal players were so good but it had nothing to do with Arteta, he'd lose his marbles.
No, sorry to interrupt you. I forgot. There's a poll in the chat. I completely forgot about it. Are you Dyche in, out, or doubt?
Oh, yeah. Wow,
I've just looked at it, man. 30% of you are doubt. 40% of you are Dyche out and 30% are Dyche in. I did not expect it to be that low Dyche in. Wow. Whoa. I think a lot of people are hot under the collar still. And I think it's a bit raw. I think if you ask again after the next game, probably won't be the same.
Well, maybe the Dyche loyalists don't even bother tuning in because this podcast is just a Marco Silva sycophant podcast.
We've not mentioned his name. You have.
No, I've mentioned him, but now you mentioned him. That's my manager.
You're the first person to mention that.
Exactly. That's my manager right there, Marco Silva.
Oh my God.
You know what?
Marco Silva would have made 3 subs in the first half. That's for sure.
Marco Silva would have won that game. He really would. Big up to you, Dazza, yet again, so generous, man. Another $4.99. He goes, I was in a bad mood with Forest, but you guys have been very entertaining. I'm still guessing you're still in a bad mood with Forest, though, but I appreciate it. Mark, shout out, Mark. You don't want anyone, okay? So I hear it. So big up to you, Darren. And this imposter here with the $4.99. He goes, Happy New Year to my lovely boys, minus Rob, and our wonderful chat.
I didn't say that.
You had to check.
I did have to check, yeah.
He believed it could have said that. Shout out to you, and Happy New Year to you as well. And then Rob may actually be on the stream together this Friday. Are we doing a Friday?
No.
Friday.
Are we?
Oh God, we're gonna have to talk about Forest.
Why do we do this on air?
Why do we do it to ourselves? I don't know. Why do we
When's
do it
the
to
next
ourselves?
game? It's Saturday, isn't it?
Villa, man. We're getting bent over. It's a 12:30 as well. It's a 12:30, man.
If we lose to Villa, which I presume we will, but if we also lose to West Ham, that would be an embarrassment. I'm not Dyche out, but if we lose to West Ham and he's also lost to Villa, that's it for me. It'll be an embarrassment.
You just slated him for an hour and you're Dyche in.
I'm Dyche in, yeah. I'm like Rob. I'm signing with Rob. Once a year, I side with Rob.
Well, no, we just got to not.
You wait till New Year's Eve to do it.
All we have to do is
year.
during this run of games. It's unfortunately probably going to go like I said, which is West Ham are going to get their noses in front of us, and we're going to be back in the relegation zone. However, I'm hoping that we have.
I'll tell you why. Because you fucking did this with Chelsea last year, and you were right. So shut the fuck up. Shut up about this West Ham.
Now you straw dog your nose because you said that West Ham would get 12 points.
Straw Dogs, great film. Actually, great.
Yeah, you straw dog us, bro.
Wait, hold on.
We've had none, they've got one.
Yeah, Rob, you said 13 points.
No, I didn't.
We did revise it to 10. We did give him 10.
I said 10.
Okay, you said 10.
In 4 games,
okay. In 6, they've got 1. How's that maths going for you?
Right. I made 2 predictions. Firstly, that they would get 10 points from the 6 games. Currently, they're on 1 out of 2, but there's still 4
1 out of 6, mate. 1 out of 6.
Yeah, 1 out of 6.
No, they've 1 out of 2 games. I mean, out of the first 2 games, they've taken 1 point.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's still 4 games to go. Remembering that
so they need to average 2.2 per game
against Wolves, and then they've got us. So they can.
So your second part was
need 1 more win after that.
Well,
so
you said they'd get 10 points, and then you said we'd get more points than us over this period.
And they are currently on more points than us.
1 point, bro. It's fucking.
Yeah, we ain't getting 1 point.
I do not think we're going to get relegated this season. However, I think we are in great danger of it. And what's going to happen is West Ham are going to get their noses in front of us temporarily, and we need to avoid having a meltdown over that.
I'll be melting down.
My proper hope is that Leeds will finish below us. I know they're doing all right at the moment, but I don't think they've got the staying power. I don't think they've got the belief. When stuff starts to go wrong at Leeds, they will. That is who I'm pinning my hopes on. I am not pinning my hopes on West Ham getting relegated with Nuno in charge.
Rob, I've got a question
think
for
it's
you.
going to happen. They don't get relegated.
I've got a question for you. You're adamant, right, that we don't need another manager this season. You're adamant.
No, I'm saying that it's right.
So, hang on a sec. So, would you rather?
Let him man you before you respond.
Would you rather get relegated with Sean Dyche or bring in a new manager? Come on, answer the question. Would you rather get relegated with Sean Dyche or bring in a new manager if we needed to? I'm not saying now. I'm just saying, hypothetically, if we lost the next 5 games, would you rather go down with Sean Dyche?
Why don't you provide the answer?
Wait, hold on. I'll answer it for him. I'd happily get relegated if I knew it means Sean Dyche gets sacked.
Clip that.
That would be pointless because then we'd get relegated and
I don't care, man. I can't deal with Sean Dyche. I can't. I've seen what Mike's gone through, bro. He used to cry on my shoulder. Now I cry on his shoulder. Relegate me if it means getting rid of Sean Dyche.
Leeds have fight in them, but we will find some fight when we bloody well need to. Remember that first season? We looked dead and buried, and then we suddenly pulled out a couple of performances against Brighton, and there was another one straight after. It wasn't Bournemouth, was it? It was somebody like that. And then we turned it all around. We need to be prepared for this situation to get desperate, and then us to get ourselves out of trouble. And what I'm just trying to say is, can we not go into meltdown
6%.
when it happens?
Hold on, Wolves F1, is this right? These are actual factual odds. Okay, only my head low. Wolves 100%, Burnley 100%. Wait, is this your odds or bookies odds? Because I can just give you a stat. Forest were 93.3% likely to get Champions League with 8 games to go last season, and we shit the bed.
I don't think they're official stats.
There's no way that's official. I would say Forest are in the 40s.
I think he's saying this is his opinion or her opinion.
This is his opinion, yeah. Anyway, sorry, Rob, I interrupted you.
Well, I'm hoping that Wolves are going to win against West Ham. They've showed signs of improvement, and certainly if you were Wolves now, you're thinking, well, we've got to get a win from somewhere. You're looking at West Ham at home, Burnley at home, Leeds at home. That's what they're pinning the hopes on.
They're better than us.
They're better than buried, but I don't think a team has ever gone all the way through a Premier League season without winning, even Derby. I think Derby, did they win 1 or 2 games?
Against Newcastle. One against Newcastle.
Yeah. So Wolves are going to win at some point, and you'd think that sort of game against West Ham is is what I'm pinning my hopes on.
Honestly, Rob.
Wait. Hold on. Sorry. You think Wolves will beat West Ham?
I'm hoping they will. Yeah.
But do you think they will?
No.
Do you think we'll beat West Ham?
I'm hoping we will.
Do you think we will?
No.
Right. Okay. So I mean,
I've learned everything I need to about must-win games, and I'm afraid you're now going to have to listen to a 30-second anecdote. Does anybody remember that season where we started off with Pearce in charge and ended up with Warburton in charge? Yeah. And it was right down to the last fucking day. And I remember going to see like a 3-1 home defeat to Brentford, Warburton's old club. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? And then we had a must-win game at home against Blackburn. I mean, this is probably going about 7-8 years ago now. A must-win game against Blackburn. In fact, I looked at the table and I thought, all we've got to do is not lose this game at home to Blackburn. All we've got to do is not lose it. We lost 1-0 without having a shot on target. And I walked down the stairs in the club stand. I thought, I'm never going again. Right? Obviously. But we always lose must-win games. What about Chelsea last year? What about Leicester last year? I mean, last year you can count all of these must-win games that we didn't win. We've managed to fuck off a 98% chance. Yeah, Yeovil. Okay, so that's where my confidence.
So does it really matter who the manager is? If these stats are going to play out anyway, does it really matter who the manager is? But let me just go back, right? You've done 2 shows. Well, you pick and choose your shows anyway. You've done 2 shows out of the last 6. Both times you spent the majority of the time. Both times you spent the majority of the time talking about West Ham. Last I checked, our next game is Aston Villa. Are we just going to ignore that game, or do we want to discuss that? Or should we just go with the Rob agenda that it's all about the West Ham game? Forget about any games in between. It's all.
Well, we can't win for shit. So what West Ham does is very important.
Okay, let's talk about the Villa game then. Are we happy that they got battered last night? Does that help us in any way, shape, or form?
No.
But I would rather, you know what, I really, because he's got a bit of a hoodoo over Arsenal, hasn't he? Unai Emery. I did expect them to get a result last night. I didn't expect them to get battered the way they did.
How about this says, it doesn't matter if they won or lost, they're still going to beat us.
They're still going to bottle it at the end of the season.
Listen, you got to have some.
But when was the last time we won at Villa Park? That's another bogey one you can chuck in there.
Yeah.
Villa Park has been a while.
We seem to score there, though, don't we?
Yeah, only when we're already 4-1 down.
In London before. What was the score last season? I can't remember last season.
It was 4-3, wasn't it? But we were.
Was that the one where we played Murillo at left back? Or was that the year before?
I've just checked. So since the Premier League era, we've lost all the games there, but we haven't lost to them at home. So it really goes with who's at home. That one.
No, we drew with them, didn't we? Yeah, Ashley Young, that dickhead, scored a worldie when we were 1-0.
Yeah.
Is that the one where Dennis scored? Oh my God, that's a random memory. Random memory.
The only time they played him as a striker as well. Only other time we played him as a striker and he scored that day.
So okay against them at home, we are not okay against them away. Away, we've had a 2-0.
What was it last season, Rob? Wasn't it 4-3? And we were like 4-0 down or something.
Oh, yeah. And everyone is happy clapping the second half performance like we did against Newcastle.
Guess who scored twice for Villa in that game? Douglas Luiz.
Yeah.
What, last season?
Not last season.
No. Wait, you know the time that there's the time that we lost 4-2 there. We had goals from near Karte, it was from a corner, and Gibbs White, which was remarkable because it was a Divock Origi assist, which was the only thing he did in about a year at Forest. But they had a goal from Ollie Watkins, 2 goals from Douglas Luiz, and a goal from Leon Bailey. So we got Douglas Luiz.
Yeah, no, that's the one where Murillo played at left back, and then he got nutmegged by, I think it was Leon Bailey.
Bailey
I only remember this because Luke keeps reminding me of it.
Bailey terrorised us in that game.
What I want to know, I'm just looking at the fixtures. So the next 4 fixtures.
Yeah, the 5-5 wasn't a win though. It's a draw, bro.
Aston Villa
at left back. I'm looking here. It looks like Niakate was left back.
Yeah,
Felipe. It was when Felipe was going off, and then we had Yeah, we had a back four, but Niakate was at left back, and
Yeah.
he was terrible that game.
Yeah. He was.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, we get into the stage where everyone's our bogey team.
No, we're just
No,
shit.
not
No.
Crystal Palace.
We're
We'll never
crap.
lose to Crystal Palace.
Oh,
We'll
Yeah, but
okay.
never lose to Crystal Palace.
Hang on a second, because before Crystal Palace, we've got Brentford away. Brentford all season have lost one game to Man City, one game at home.
That was
haven't
the
lost
same
to
last year,
anyone.
though. That was the same last year.
But Brentford have made their own ground.
We beat them last year, didn't we?
Yeah,
Didn't
we
Danilo
haven't lost
score?
a
But they
game
had
at
a
home when
really
we
good
beat
home
them.
record.
Yeah.
Didn't Danilo
We've got
score?
We've got
I mean, don't
Arsenal.
depress me. I don't want to think about
Arsenal
Brentford. Let's
battered.
talk about Villa.
All right, let's talk about Villa. How
Yeah.
many are we losing by?
I'm going to go 4-0 Villa. They want revenge after Arsenal battered them last night.
Well, beating us isn't revenge.
Yeah,
Take
it
it
is.
out on Arsenal, not on us.
They'll take
Man,
out
it's like if you
They'll
got
take out
beaten
another-
up at school, you'd come home and beat up your kid brother just to make yourself feel better. You know what I'm saying?
Have they got any
I never did
European
that, bro.
games
You're such a
coming up
bully.
or anything that might?
I didn't do it either. It's just an analogy.
Would you make
What
any
for
changes?
manager, Gary? Come on, are you that desperate, bro? Come on,
What changes we're making for the Villa game?
the manager.
Get the team sheet, not sheep. I'm saying sheep.
Team
so I didn't
shit.
derby
Team
now.
shit.
I've got sheep on the mind.
Apart
The
from
only
the
thing I've
manager,
got in our
Wolfie.
favour is that we
Imagine
are
you're the
clear
manager,
underdogs.
Wolfie. What are we doing?
We are
What we
clear
doing?
underdogs, so we need to play this game
We
like
might win.
underdogs.
By your logic, we might actually play well and do.
Yeah, but they're not technically a Cartel 6 team, are they?
No, but we are clear
They won't
underdogs.
They are at the
be.
moment. I'm more worried about West Ham. I just know West Ham are going to batter us.
See, now you're pushing his narrative. We've got Villa
Yeah,
next
but
week.
they
Rob's
are-
been a bad
The
influence.
only
on
way
you.
that we stop it from happening is by predicting it, and then I'm perfectly happy to have all the egg in the world on my face. If
No,
we
you
beat
don't
West
get
Ham.
to do
won't
that.
get
You don't get to
everything,
do
will
that.
you?
You don't get to
You
do
do
that. You
know-
can't do the I
you know-
predicted this, but I wanted the other to happen, so I'm happy to be
There you
wrong.
go. I want Forest to win every game. I don't predict that we're going to win every game.
Yeah, okay, but then you just gotta hold the L when you're wrong. I'd love to, Graham. I'd love to. but- Anyway, which of these shit 11 are you lot starting, man?
We've got to
Change
change
keeper.
the shape.
Bench
We've got
keeper.
to change the shape. That
Keepers
doesn't work.
gotta go.
You're doing that?
Yeah.
You're not harsh on John.
That's
Gibson.
what's got to come on for Hudson-Odoi, surely.
Can we have a different formation? Because that isn't working.
Speak to your manager,
Oh,
Dyche,
Villa.
then.
Yeah, have a word with him. What would you do,
To
Van?
be fair to him, he was trying to get what he
okay.
called the muscle memory from the Nuno era. But right now we have muscle memory of being crap in that formation. So can we try something else?
Go on, then.
Either I want 3 central defenders or I want 4-3-3.
Should we
Fourth
try a
is-
3 back just to be a little crazy?
Means bringing Morato in, doesn't it?
No,
No,
could we
no,
try
Jaya
Acuna?
Cunha. Jaya Cunha. He played
Yeah,
against Newcastle. He
he's
was
never-
All right,
fine.
let's do a combined back 3.
He won't do that because he doesn't even make the bench.
No, this is our team, Ben.
Yeah, it's our team. It's not predicted. I
All right,
predict.
you know
that
what,
we'll
Rob?
start
You
with
can
that.
do your team as a back 3. So what are you doing here? What
Um,
formation? 3-5-2.
Well, that would be interesting actually with
Or a
the Jesus
3-4-1.
and Calimuendo. That would be really interesting.
You want that?
But then
3-5-2.
we're not getting the wingers though, are we? This is a problem.
Well, no, you
Yeah,
do still
wing
get
back.
the wingers in the fullback.
Williams is basically a wing back, isn't he?
Yeah.
So do you have Williams on the left and Hutchison on the right? Is Hutchison capable
Yeah, I
of
wouldn't have an
defending?
issue because he tracks back well. I think he does all right. His defensive work has been
I
pretty
put
decent.
Bakwa there because Bakwa has actually played right back as well.
Actually,
Maybe
Ndoye would be
Bakwa
the
as a
best
sub
one if
for
you were
either
gonna do
side.
that.
You just shut up about Ndoye, man. He's not here.
Ndoye can
It's
play
our
that.
team.
Why have you got-
No way
Why-
Ndoye gets into our
why
team.
do you hate
Take
Swiss
Corona
people?
out for Jaya Cunha, please.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
He was good against Newcastle.
Is he left or right footed, Wolfie?
He's right-footed.
Right.
Leave him there, then.
All
So
right.
Williams on the left. We're going to drop Hudson-Odoi. And then on the right, we'd have Hutchinson.
When you say we, you mean you, yeah?
Yeah, right. We, Nottingham Forest, in my...
He's on the pitch, bro. Just switch him around, man.
All right.
And then your middle 3 is going to be Gibbs, White, Douglas Luiz, and Anderson.
So you're dropping Dominguez.
Yeah. He wasn't great yesterday.
Uh,
Definitely
I-
Douglas Luiz for the ex-player curse. I mean, you can't argue with that. And then, then start with 2 forwards. Why not? Because you've got a big, strong one and a short,
I hate
fast
it.
one.
I don't
hate
like
it.
that. That looks weird.
I hate it.
Because that's
I love it. I love it.
The only reason I
If we
don't-
play that, we'll win 5-0.
No, the reason is we're not going to have much of a ball in that game, and having 2 strikers is going to be a waste, in my opinion.
Chat, give that a rating out of 10. I'm giving it like a 3.
Each other well, those two have not been played together except for like 5 minutes at a time.
Yeah, but you'd have to do something like that if you were going to do it.
Fine, that's still 3-5-2.
Yeah, but then the problem is you're going to have that idiot trying to go forward. The shape would need to be kind of more like...
It's more like Ants 1-10 formation.
It's kind of more like that. You're almost having a mini diamond in the middle.
Why can't we have Gibbs White further back and Louis further forward? I would swap those 2 round.
What, you'd push him even further up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ideally,
I want him on the edge of their box, not in standing in front of our goalkeeper. Look, is it worth at some point trying those 2 forwards starting together, or is it worth never ever trying in any game? Because
never ever trying any game.
This game is a free hit. Why not
like
try
that?
it out?
Not with them both as strikers.
You need to block out the middle. He needs to do what he did against Man City.
But look, if you look at the crosses there, you look him to cross to Jesus, and you have him to flick it on or knock it down to Calimuendo.
I don't want to see another cross ever again. Bloody crosses, man.
That's what Jesus said.
Yeah, that's brilliant, Rob.
He's had a busy period over the last week, hasn't he?
I know.
All right, Ben, are you going with this team?
No, I mean that's one of the worst teams I've ever seen.
You are getting a lot of 2s in the chat.
I want a 4-3-3 formation.
All right.
What was that? Ez says what?
Ez says not much of the ball. We had 70% against Everton, did nothing.
No, I said we won't have much of a ball against Villa. That's got nothing to do with Everton.
I think the best.
We shouldn't play 2 strikers because we're not going to get any of a ball. That's what I said.
I think the best team we've got at the moment is Williams on the left. And then I would put. Actually, let me go back to 4-2-3-1.
Oh my God!
4-2-3-1. Right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put Anderson where Gibbs White is.
I know what you're going to do. You're going to do that. You're going to do that. And then you're going to do that. I'm just going to save the hassle here. You're going to do that, yeah?
No, wait. Swap Calimuendo and Jesus round. Drop Morgan Gibbs White off in Derby. That is our best team. That is a brilliant team. That is a fantastic team. Because Igor Jesus is very, very good at holding the ball up. And I think he'd be perfect to pass through to Calimuendo, who runs through the middle.
I just say that, and I got howls of derision.
You didn't say that. What are you on about?
I'm just suggesting having a 5-man midfield behind them. That's all.
You said 3 back.
No, what are you on about? You've got 3 defenders.
I have 3 defenders and 3 central midfielders, man.
No, look, this is the perfect team. This is a fantastic team. Williams can link up with Bakwa. Cunha is very good defensively, which allows Hutchinson to be free on the right-hand side. Luiz and Anderson can control the midfield. And Igor Jesus can work with Calimuendo to try and get some goals.
Why Igor all of a sudden? It's Igor.
Igor, same thing. It don't fucking matter.
You pretentious prick.
Is anyone not hating this in the chat? Score it out of 10.
This is the sickest team. This is our best team.
He started both strikers.
Yeah, but Igor Jesus, he doesn't really play like a striker. He plays like a holding, like almost like a false 9, doesn't he?
Shadow striker.
The problem I've got is that I don't want to say it, but I passionately hate Morgan Gibbs White.
Yeah. Well, you just said it, man.
I can't stand him, man. The whole team's always built around MGW. I'm fed up. I'm sick to the back teeth of MGW, although I do have a really
you're getting 10s, man.
Yeah, that's our best team. The only thing that makes that team better, genuinely, is when Aina's back fit. Aina goes where Cunha is. And I think that at the moment is our best team. Maybe Chris Wood comes back and
So you're
he goes
picking Cunha over Savona at right back.
I'm picking Aina over Savona at right back. Yes, Rob.
No,
Have you
you're
seen
picking
his
Cunha.
Cunha.
You just said Aina. You're picking Cunha over Savona at right back.
100%,
Yes.
A central defender out of position.
He's not. He's played there in pre-season. He looked bang on. He looked
Yeah,
bang
well,
on.
against Fiorentina and the
Savona
Saudi Arabian team.
panics on the ball. Savona's not the one. Trust me. He's not the one. This is the best team. This is the best team. I don't care if you disagree with me. It's the best
All right,
team.
what do you do when Sangare's back?
When Sangare's back, I would rotate
year.
him with Douglas Luiz because Douglas Luiz can't play 90 minutes. I don't know which one I'd start. It depends on which one was nicer to me. But I'd rotate him with Luiz. And I'd sell Morgan Gibbs White. If we got
I'm not hating the team. I can't believe
if we got 70 million for Morgan Gibbs White right now, we would be sweet. Because one, we wouldn't have to play him every match. Two, we'd have 70 million in the bank. We'd go fucking wild on New Year's Eve. And three, we'd have the best team.
I don't see where we stop Villa there. They're scoring too many goals. They'll be all over us.
I never said we'd stop Villa. We'll get battered by Villa. I'm just saying this is our best team.
So you're picking a team to get battered by Villa?
Yes, because we're shit.
Great tactics. Fantastic.
When are you going to realise we're shit?
You're picking a team as right. You're not playing the underdog.
You said this is a fantastic team. It's the best team. Blah blah
It
blah.
wins
blah,
the
blah.
league. He said it wins the league.
Villa's shit. Villa are welcome. Have you
Fantastic.
seen Villa? The only team that bettered Villa was Arsenal because Arsenal have got a great set of players. Their manager's fucking wank. He's worse than our manager, but they've got a great set of players. Sorry, Anne.
The only thing I like is that you've started both strikers.
Yeah,
I would like to see them play together from the start of a game, just to see what they can do, just once.
Yeah, but not side by side.
Well,
I'll
no,
tell you
I
what,
wasn't saying side by side. I just said pick them and have a 5-man midfield behind them so you can do a mid-block.
I played that against West Ham. That should beat West Ham, but I'm not convinced it's going to keep.
So what do you do?
Villa out.
What would you do?
There's no bullying here, Marcus.
I'd think I'd block out the middle. So rather than having 3 centre backs, I would go with 3 central midfielders, and just to be really, really defensive because it's going to be that kind of game. So let's see how you got them lined up there. Right. So I'm not having 2 strikers on there. There's literally no point. We're not going to have any of the ball. So take Kalimuendo off and replace him with Dominguez. I'm going to have a defensive 3 in midfield. I am actually dropping MG Dub as well. You'd be surprised to hear. Yeah, we have a 3 and we got Backwell. Yeah, that's it. That's my team. Line them however you want in the middle, but that's how I'm going. I think, yeah.
Well, Cunha right back.
No, I'd actually have Savona right back. Somebody we've seen. I haven't seen Cunha in a league game. I'm not throwing him in there. Because Villa's going to be a difficult game anyway.
I don't
think Savona's the worst, considering what he's come into. I think he's done pretty well. He scored more goals than some of our strikers, mate.
I think that would be a nice team to play in a home game, but I'm not sure about for this game. I mean, we have to have a plan to stop Morgan Rogers. He's going to destroy us.
You block out the midfield. That's why I've got 3 defensive midfielders in there.
Though? Does that?
Dominguez has
You've got 3 defensive midfielders in there. You haven't got somebody wandering off.
Dominguez hasn't been on top form recently. I think he's too similar. He's too much of a similar type of player to.
I'd actually play Dominguez. I like Dominguez in the 10.
Yeah, I was just about to say that if you're going to push any one of those 3 forward, you can push Dominguez slightly further forward.
Because we're not going to have the ball, and he's good at winning it back higher up.
But then Igor Jesus is still striker.
He's not Igor. It's pissing me off, man.
Igor's still not scoring.
Chat, what are you giving that out of 10? That team, like there or there, whatever.
I don't care. I've got a thumbs up from man. I don't care what a chat's.
That's never a good thing, man. That's never a good thing.
He's my bro, man.
All right, so those are the teams. Let's depress ourselves.
No
further.
crosses. We don't want any crosses coming.
So how many we losing by?
I'm going back to my 0-0s.
Well, that would then
you may be right on our nil.
That would then be based on what we predict. that Dyche will play, which is probably the same team we saw last night. You know, he's just going to.
I mean, Ryan Yates is coming back in if he's fit.
What, straight back in?
Probably. This is Dyche, man.
But I can't see him playing anything other than the 4-2-3-1. And then I think that we just don't control Rodgers.
You know, Dyche's favourite formation is a 4-4-1-1.
4-1-4-1.
It's not massively different to
4-1-4-1,
4-2-3-1, is it, really? I mean, it's just...
It's weird because he was playing, when he was doing his best at Everton, he was playing Decore in the camp.
Oh, Decore, man. Oh, see, why is it that even what's his name had a good game against us? The player that we're after, what's his name?
McNeil.
Right, McNeil.
McNeil. I think in his last 4 games he scored 2 and set up 3 against us, and of course Garner had a blinder yesterday. I don't know why these picks.
All that coming up, Dyche will start a 1 year.
And Barry only scores against Tierna. Barry only scores against Forest.
You know what? That's the kind of thing he would do.
Oh, well, Ange did it, didn't he, against Chelsea?
You know what? I'm telling you now, if Andrew's still here, we're on more points than we are.
Oh, rubbish.
No, I don't agree with that.
He's falling out with the players.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
bro.
good. He would have sacked half of them.
Ange fell out with the players more than Rob and Ant fall out on stream.
All right, do you really think Dyche is working some magic on these players apart from doing a bleep test every afternoon?
No, I mean, I think to be fair to Dyche, he came in and he's had some good results. I'm guessing his win percentage.
He's won 3 games in 11, bro. Like, what are we glazing?
That's better than Ange. Ange won none.
Yeah, none in 7, none in 8.
None in 8.
Yeah, how many of those are league matches?
I don't know.
Oh, no, come on. Don't start defending
He still won none. If anything, the Europa League should be easier, and he didn't win any in that either.
He lost to Michelin, who were top of the Europa League.
You're forgetting how every set piece was like a penalty against us under Ange.
I try not to remember that, but you know what? We created chances.
Yeah, but the players weren't happy.
We can't score. I think that when I walked off, you said under Ange we created 72 chances, scored 1 goal.
Yeah,
the problem is we've gone from having a 20 goal a season striker to a 1 goal a season.
So it's the players then. It's the players.
Yes, that's what I've been saying all night.
Players don't get away with anything scot-free, man. Like I said, I try not to go as far as calling them shit because I don't think that really helps anybody. But they've been awful.
It does. It does. That match when I screamed at Joe Worrell, "You shit cunt," he played that well. That match, we won 3-2.
Happy New Year, by the way, guys.
Yeah, no, that's the type of.
All right, there's one more thing I want to talk about. Quick reminder, guys, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. As Ed says, Happy New Year. 159 likes. I can really tell you lot are enjoying the stream. We got more votes. 450 have voted on the Dyche in and out doubt one, and 159 likes. Maybe you lot missed out.
The teams? What about, because we actually had 3 different teams today, didn't we? We had a 3-5-2, 4-2-3-1, and a 4-3-3. So it's an actual choice. Did you run that?
No.
Everyone's forgotten them already.
Okay, moment. All right, let's talk about the Greek father.
Ooh.
He
wasn't there last night, was he? When was he
Let's
last?
do him and Edu conversation. Let's do him and the Edu conversation. Because Ant's not here, so he's not going to shout over you lot. Let's start with Edu. Is Edu to blame because he's getting pure heat, right? He was there yesterday.
I mean,
and you said it because you flip-flop back on him. Okay, so
I've been consistent on Edu since Nuno left. I think Edu was the problem.
Let's do a poll on Edu.
Why we needed to lose Nuno because Edu came in and upset the apple cart is. I think it's. I don't like Edu. I don't like him. When the cameras were on him watching the match yesterday, I don't like him. I don't like his face. I don't like his persona. Fuck Edu. I'm Edu out, man. Send Edu away. Back to us.
What are you drinking tonight, and how much of it have you had?
Is it WKD again?
Other water is available at shops near you.
That's you sober.
I'm sober, man, but I'm going out for New Year's Eve. I'm just pissed off because 52 crosses. 52 crosses.
He's right. 52 crosses is crazy, man. It's crazy, man.
You sure you're well enough to go out? Are you still on medication?
I'm not going to drink. That's why I'm on Evian.
What are you going out for then? What's the point?
Because it's
In
New
Derby,
Year's
you're gonna
Eve.
go in Derby.
Where are you going? Where are you going? In case you don't want to buy you a drink.
I stop being Forest depressed.
But you live in Derby. Where are you going
Yeah.
out?
I'm not going to a
Ugh.
party. I'm going to a house.
No.
I'm going to a house party in Nottingham. Back to the ends.
You don't
Anyway,
have
Heavy and water.
You know what? I'm just looking at this poll. Marinakis is getting the most blame in the poll so far.
Oh, what's the poll? Let's have a look.
He seems to not be around at the moment, which is troubling me. Has anything been said about that?
Hey, he's just flown around the world, man, delivering presents.
It's Christmas, isn't it? He's probably back in
He
Greece.
needs some time off, man.
Hmm.
Innit? They don't work every day like me and you, Rob. We don't get a day off all year.
If
I'm
you're
on
a
day off.
billionaire, you think you're working over Christmas? No chance, mate. Taking some time.
No, but
off.
I don't think he's been at many of the games. He was at Fulham, wasn't he?
He was at the
Because-
Man City game. He was at the Man
Not a
City
City
game.
game, yeah.
Rob, would you want to go to watch that crap? If you were the owner, even if you didn't have to pay, man.
Yeah,
I'm
if I'd
seriously
invested
surprised.
like $500 million, yeah, I want
Yeah,
to see
he
where money's
spent
gone.
$500 million on new TVs because he smashes them every match.
On serious,
and
on a
that's
serious note,
pretty big
chat,
up
chat,
to him, man. His
Serious
mum's passed away as well,
Oh
so
my
he's probably
God,
with
I'm
his
so sorry.
family. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Whose mother just passed away? Marinakis. Yeah, that's true. They did make an announcement. actually.
Yeah, it's about a week ago. I think
Right.
it was.
Okay. Yeah, that explains it.
Yeah,
More
Rob.
needs to be
What
said.
the hell, man? You
Oh,
insensitive.
stop jumping on me. I'm just saying I miss
That's
him.
well harsh, Rob, man.
I miss him. I miss
No,
him
man.
spitting
Man's
at
lost his
referees. I miss
Vinny
him
must-
running
Vinny
on the
must be
pitch.
like an hour behind in the
Look,
stream.
And everybody who voted Marinakis in the chat, you feel a little bit bad.
No, look. What I'm
Just
saying
most
is,
of them, man.
no, what I'm saying is, if we go into a crisis, which we're about to, we
We are
need
in a
him there.
crisis.
We need him tweeting, spitting at referees, and running on the pitch because it's worked in the past.
Did it? After he slapped Nuno around, we didn't win another game, bro.
The opposite.
So about Edu, because I haven't said anything yet about Edu.
No.
As we know, Edu is not responsible for anything, so you can't pin anything on him.
According
But
to
do we
Ant.
think?
You can because Ant's not here.
No, we've had this before. Edu is not responsible for everything. He has all the power and none of the responsibility. So it's clear.
Yeah, but we're in a safe space
Rob,
now. We're in a safe space.
Do we think that the new signings have overall been good, average, mediocre, or downright crap?
Crap.
I would say
Yeah.
mediocre.
I'd go. What's under crap?
Diabolical.
Shocking.
the crap.
Dyche. I'm saying they're Dyche.
Diabolical. Well,
How often do
Diabolical is worse than crap, surely.
how often do players come in and hit the ground running? Not very often, right? But we've not had a single one that's done it.
But what has
Yeah,
Edu done
signings.
positively for our club since he came in? He's upset.
Yeah, Dyche. You all wanted him. Yeah, you remember this club legend that's come to our manager's dugout.
I didn't
Remember,
want it.
his name is on that tweet. Edu and Sirianus.
did we ever find out who was to blame for us not signing anybody last January?
Dyche.
Nuno was there. Nuno didn't want anybody, apparently. Nuno said he didn't want
Yeah,
anyone.
Nuno. The money was
Nuno.
there. The money was
Right.
there.
So look, in the end, Nuno didn't want to buy anybody.
He
Then
wanted Traore.
he bottled the Champions League.
Yeah.
And then he threw his toys out the pram over the summer. So I'm sorry, I'm not complaining that due to Edu we lost Nuno. There were reasons that Nuno went. And this is, by the way, why people like Dyche. Because at least he seems to give a crap about the club. And the last two managers we had, it was all about them and their little
Yeah, it
agenda.
makes so much difference giving a damn about the club.
Exactly.
Yeah, mate. They don't.
Oh,
we don't
it's sounding like a Cooperite again. Where
So
say
let me ask you this: if Pep
Cooper
came in,
understood the city.
yeah, because he lived in West Bridgeford.
yeah, he also understood Leicester, didn't he? No, all right. Let me ask you this, Rob, with the whole understood the city crap, right? If Pep came in and he said, "I hate Nottingham," but he won every game, would you care?
He wouldn't even get to the first game if he said that. He'd be mugged in the car park.
Answer the question.
No, nobody's going to say that. That's an utter ridiculous counterfactual argument. What I didn't like.
Why are you trying to strawman my strawman?
I didn't like about Ange. I'm talking about reality here. What I didn't like about Ange Postecoglou and Nuno towards the end is that they became the story and it was all about them. And I think that Dyche doesn't have that, which is why people are a bit more keen to give him some.
Yeah.
Some slack
You know
when
why he
it's not
doesn't
going
have
well.
it, Rob? You know why he doesn't? Because this is a make-a-wish dream come true for him.
I told you. Yeah.
Yeah, but Rob, the reason why Nuno and Ange went bad towards the end is because of Edu. Because Edu
And let's be real.
I mean, Edu appointed Ange, didn't he?
Yeah, he chose. Yeah, exactly. He appointed Ange. Ant denies it, but they literally put out a tweet saying Edu
Actually,
appointed
that's a
Ange.
good point. If Edu appointed Ange, if it was
his fault
Edu's
as well.
decision,
That's
then
the
I
official
blame
line.
Edu for where we are now. Because
Oh, no. Edu appointed Dyche. That's the official line. Marinakis
And
appointed Ange. Marinakis appointed Ange.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
Edu's
what I'm
not
saying.
responsible for anything. He's not responsible for. He's
No,
global.
Edu's responsible officially for Dyche.
But Dyche,
Him
yeah,
and Sirianos.
No, nothing is his fault.
yeah, Edu's basically
accountable.
like Edu's the best thing that's ever happened to our club.
I'm just saying. Okay, let me give you some. You didn't like what Ange did. If Ange had won all of those 8 games, did you care that he was the headlines?
If he'd won all of those 8 games, I would have been delighted.
Okay, there you go then. So the narrative is you just didn't like he wasn't winning, and that's your excuse for it.
No, I'm saying that the fact is, because it was all about him, that just made it worse. And that's the same with Nuno. He made it all about him. Oh,
Wait,
I
you don't think
have to
Cooper?
say-
You don't think Cooper made it all about him?
Yes, that's why I went off him, by the way. That's why I went off him. He went to war with Marinakis. So that's why I went off him.
I don't know, man. I'm depressed still. I thought this would cheer me up. It hasn't. It hasn't.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well,
let's
We
close
might
with
be
this.
West Ham.
Let's close with this question. Where do we get our next points?
Yeah, that's a cup game, innit, Wrexham? But we'd probably lose to Wrexham as
Well,
well.
Let me give you the fix. Oh no, O'Brien's scoring for Wrexham, by the way. In my prediction,
yeah.
that
Oh,
players
my
are gonna
God.
score.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me.
O'Brien will score for Wrexham. So just clip that one up, chat. Here's our fixtures, boys and girls. Villa away, West Ham away, Wrexham away, Arsenal at home, Braga away, Brentford away, and then Ferencváros at home.
And then
Then
Palace.
Palace at home, then Leeds
The
away.
Palace bogey team, they can't beat us at home.
They will
Wait
this
till we get
season.
to
Yeah,
Palace.
Palace is up for-
February. Wake me up in February.
Yeah. So are we getting any points in Jan? All right, let's do that. Give me your point tally for Jan. Okay. So Jan, just Premier League, Villa, West Ham, Arsenal, and Brentford.
4 points.
One point draw
One
again.
at a time. It's 4 points where?
We beat West Ham and we get a draw against Brentford.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ben?
I'm going to say draw against Brentford, lose against Villa, Arsenal, and West Ham.
So 1 point.
So we're still going to be in the teens. We're on 19 points.
We'll be in the relegation spot by then.
Fuck me, man. Rob?
Well, you asked this question. You said you were depressed and then you asked this question.
I was hoping you guys would lie to me.
I've
Chad, give me your
predicted-
number for that.
I've predicted a draw for almost every game since Dyche has been in charge, and we haven't had any. It's all apart from Man United, but it's all been like wins or losses. So
Yeah, we don't do
I mean,
draws, do we?
it's quite feasible we could draw at West Ham and Brentford, but I don't know. I feel like if somebody scores first against us, there's no way back. It really does feel like that.
So what's your prediction, Rob?
Yeah, I've seen the
2
number.
points.
1 point for January.
Against who?
Brentford?
Either West Ham or Brentford. Let's hope it's against West Ham because it means they haven't beaten us and leapfrogged us.
See, me and Rob agree on a lot these days.
Yeah, but you know
One
what?
point is the fact that 2 of you are saying it, and then loads in the chat saying 1 point.
So you're saying that my prediction that West Ham are going to get more points out of the 6 games?
No, don't try and glaze over your whole
12
prediction.
points in 4 games.
I'm depressed.
Look, realistically, if you take away being a Forest fan and look at it from the outside, Villa should really beat us. Arsenal should definitely beat us. Brentford have only lost once at home all season, and West Ham, just because Nuno's there, probably will beat us.
So you're saying 0?
No, I'm saying we might get a draw against Brentford, but I think we lose to everyone else. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose to Wrexham in the FA Cup as well.
Lewis O'Brien.
Yeah. I'm expecting that.
Oh God, yeah, and it'll all be about the romance of the FA Cup and what a great upset it is. I'll tell you, if we beat Wrexham, that's the upset. Quite frankly, they're absolutely so nailed on to win that, aren't they?
Can I ask another depressing question, seeing as we're on the subject? Is the football we're playing now?
I mean, you've ruined New Year's Eve already, so
yeah. Well, you're sober. That's what's ruined it, mate.
It's 52 fucking crosses, as.
Is our football as bad now to watch as it was under Cooper?
No.
I hated it yesterday, man. I hated watching that.
The last two games against Fulham was awful as well.
You know what the main difference is? We had the ball. We never had the ball under Cooper.
Yeah, that's true. We never had 70%.
That's basically the only difference.
Yeah, but we have the ball and we're rubbish, and that's even worse.
Yeah, I know.
With the ball, I don't know.
The main difference with Cooper is that we're the only four people in the whole. Well, not Rob. We're the only three people in the whole of the Forest fan base who could actually criticize him. Everyone else would just see him losing every match and be like, "Oh, he's the best manager ever."
It's the same with Dyche now, man. There's certain people that
it's
don't.
Not. Quite a few people are saying Dyche is not up to it.
Certain people won't. Anyway, on that depressing note, happy New Year, everyone. Enjoy the last 4 hours of this shit show that was 2025, even though we qualified for Europe.
So we're going to do Friday, are we?
I don't know. I don't know.
You guys know once we know.
We'll figure it out. Listen, joking aside, depression aside, we all want to say a massive thank you. You guys, nearly 7 million views in 2025.
Amazing.
Is disgustingly crazy. Listening to us idiots on here chatting away. So we can't thank you guys enough. You guys are all legends. Thank you for sticking with us with our crazy, weird opinions. But we hope this has given you guys the platform to have your own say and feel comfortable in having your say. If we got people like Ben on and Ant on who say the most crazy things, then you guys should feel more than comfortable.
Exactly.
I never say anything crazy. I'm pretty down to earth.
Definitely not.
I did just want to say, because I see a few people in the comments saying, "Oh, you guys hate each other and you're bullying each other." You do realize we go to the pub and stuff together. It's not that deep.
We don't drink, so I don't know where
I don't drink, so he's lying.
People seem to think we hate each other.
We do.
And the only one we hate is Ant, and that's why he's not here tonight. But
Ben, I do hate you, and then I see you and I remember how big you are.
Everyone's big to you. Can I just have a couple of special mentions, as this I think will be the last show of the year? It definitely is. I want to thank the mods out there. You guys are amazing in the chat. You do a great job. So I'm not gonna name all the mods because I'll miss someone out, but you've done a cracking job. Thank you so much for all your work and efforts in there tirelessly. And a huge thank you. And I'm sure the boys will agree with me. Dave, Monk, Nottingham now and then. He's an absolute legend, controlling all the social platforms, doing everything like that. Let's
give Nick a shout out as well. I know he does a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but you couldn't put out most of our content without Nick doing what he does as well.
Yeah, Nick as well. He's a Man U fan, but screw Nick. So big up to Nick as well, and a massive thank you as well to Sai, to Martin, to Will, to Sharky, to Nikki, all of those as well, helping in the background as well. So massive shout out to all of them. So enjoy your last couple of hours of 2025. Let's see what happens on Saturday. We'll be back tomorrow with a video, even if it's New Year's. So while you're sobering up, you can tune in and watch it. I'm going to send you back over to Sam. I think they're doing an Al one. So if you want to see some crash outs, there will be stuff on there. So make sure you've make sure you subscribed. Happy New Year and season's greetings to everyone. And come on, you Reds.
Happy New Year, you Reds.
Happy New Year.